Our relationship with technology. Is there a downside to technology, as some Silicon Valley gurus are claiming? As a trend, top Silicon Valley executives are removing technology from their homes, referencing physiologic and structural brain changes to their children similar to the brain changes of those with substance abuse and compulsive eating disorders. Their decisions in part may also be based on cultural, religious leaning and a penchant to support existing data by injecting culture and religion. As technology such as your smartphone, iPad, laptop, your social media activity replacing literal face-to-face interaction with people during each day. This is a big one. Technology can be both the cause of loneliness as well as the result of loneliness. Those of us who may be experiencing personality deficits may use technology as a crutch. Ouch! However, temporarily, if that is the case, as a means to an end, certainly use technology as a crutch until you obtain emotional health. No alt text provided for this image. According to Baylor University research data, people who check their phones constantly may be attempting to improve a negative mood. Also, a study published in the journal Personality and Individual Differences explores a correlation between phone addiction and personality, suggesting excessive technology usage may be linked to emotional instability. The study suggests those who overuse technology are already prone to moodiness, loneliness, and personality disorders. Constant checking of your phone could be a symptom of depression or feeling insecure. Step 3. Ascertain if your relationship to technology is within normal use or out of control. If it is out of control, attempt to be honest with yourself about why you overuse your smartphone, for example. And be honest about what social stimuli the technology is replacing that should be obtained from face-to-face interactions. No alt text provided for this image. A person prone to depression is more likely to use their smartphone to seek out social interactions or evade their negative thoughts. An anxious person might be driven to check their social media feeds, and someone experiencing increased stress is more likely to check their smartphone as a distraction. Loneliness may cause us to seek more social media interaction as a substitute to replace face-to-face interactions, but ironically creating even more loneliness. Using excessive social media activity to numb feelings of loneliness may be digging the hole deeper created by loneliness. We must break this cycle. A study of 135 San Francisco State University students found that the heaviest smartphone users were the most depressed, anxious, and lonely. Prefrontal lobe development that allows comprehensive reasoning in defense of depression is not complete until age 25. And in fewer cases until age 30. There is a caveat to the overuse of technology for those living in a remote geographical area away from close friends or family. In this situation, technology can bring you comfort until the context changes. No alt text provided for this image. Final thoughts. Our use of technology. Our relationship to technology may be the alarm bell. We need to do something about how we're feeling inside. We have to find the fortitude to get up and to go get help. Live a happier life. Our problem may be larger than the overuse of our smartphone. Use your smartphone to schedule several face-to-face interactions and transition away from technology dependency to feeling emotionally and spiritually secure with supportive face-to-face social interactions. No alt text provided for this image. Being lonely is not a good state of mental health for both the young and old. Loneliness as a state of mental health may shorten lives. Loneliness strikes both white-collar and blue-collar working classes. For the the builder and baby boomer generational cohorts, lack of community brings loneliness. For older and younger millennials and Generation X, overuse of technologies such as smartphones, iPads, and laptops brings mood changes, personality changes, and yes, loneliness. when there is very little face-to-face interaction. Remember, healthy community and love heals all, contributes to a person's lifespan and quality of life. Definitions of generational cohorts. I generation born 1914 1927. They are disciplined, respect law and order, and they like consistency. They dislike change. Have fixed views on gender, like command and control management style and leaders. Among this group were the subgroup known as the Lost Generation, coined by Gertrude Stein, who with their fellow cohorts Ernest Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald, and T.S. Eliot were disillusioned with post-W. 1 society and never settled into mainstream society. Builders, or the silent generation, born 1920 1945. They highly value security, comfort, familiar activities, and environments. They possess the best work and education opportunities because of the post-war economic boom. Baby boomers born 1946 1964. This cohort group is the largest population of any generation. When younger, they were open-minded and rebellious, but evolved into being conservative in their 30s and 40s. Status and social standing are important to this cohort. They are optimistic, ambitious, very loyal, and possess an employment is for life attitude. Are workaholics. Generation X, born 1965 1979. Saw both parents working, sent to daycare, saw parents divorce, latchkey kids. Well educated, having secondary and tertiary qualifications, resourceful, individualistic, self-reliant, with low trust of authority. Contrary to baby boomers, not interested in employment for life. When at work, focused on relationships, outcomes, their rights and skills. Will leave a job if they are unhappy. Generation Y, born 1994, also known as older millennials. Millennials are very good with technology, comfortable in diverse ethnic groups. Similar to GI generation in the areas of optimism, confidence, sociable, strong morals, and like civic duty. They aren't loyal to any specific brand. They expect a professional workplace, demand flexibility, and will change employers for promotional opportunities more frequently than Gen Zers. Generation Z, born 1995 2009, also known as the younger millennials, cannot conceive life without the internet, computers, and mobile phones. Communication is mainly through online communities and social media such as Google, MySpace, Twitter, and Facebook rather than face-to-face relationships. Ability to belong to huge social media communities without knowing anyone personally. Public speaking not their preference. An easy method to memorize the millennial generations is to remember the series X, Y, Z together, with generations Y and Z being the older and younger millennials respectively. Generation Alpha, born 2010 2025. Sociologists exhausted the Latin terms and have switched to the Greek alphabet. Will begin school earlier and study longer, prone to being materialistic and technocentric. Sociologists started over with the Greek alphabet after reaching Generation Z in order to clearly identify the new generational cohort groups.